What are your thoughts on Bad Bunny performing at this year's Super Bowl?
I think it's awesome. And I think our Latino fan base is amazing. And I think when you think about the Super Bowl, you want the #1 performer in the world to be there. We're on a global stage, and we can't ever forget that. Our game goes out to everybody around the world. And to get the premier entertainer to want to be a part of our game, I think is amazing. And I think that we have a mixed culture. I mean, our whole society is based on immigrants that have come here and founded our country. And I think we can celebrate that. And I think the show's going to be amazing.
Charlotte Jones, the daughter of Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, is sure to tick off MAGA with this answer.
You don't think at a time when his comments were divisive as it relates to President Trump, when everyone is just seeking this political unification, that you'd want somebody who maybe didn't touch politics to be on that stage?
Yeah, I don't think our game's about politics. I don't think people tune in to look at politics. We do everything we can to avoid politics. And I think in that moment that people will be watching the game, they'll be celebrating music, and nobody will be thinking about what's comments on the left side, what comments on the right side, that this is about bringing people together.
A safe, PR-driven answer, without a doubt here. However, for someone like this,
speechwriter and architect of the administration's anti-immigration policies, Stephen Miller, sent at least 900 emails to editors at the far-right news site Breitbart between 2015 and 2016. Miller shared links from white nationalist sites. He plugged The Camp of the Saints, a story about the Great Replacement myth. He pitched a story about how Amazon pulled Confederate merchandise down but still sold, quote, commie flags in the wake of the Charleston church shooting, in which 9 black churchgoers were murdered by a white supremacist. Miller wrote, quote, "Have you thought about going to Amazon and finding the commie flags and then doing a story on that? It's not a coincidence that in the midst of pushing the US-ending trade deal, we're seeing a historic artifact of real America be demonized and destroyed," unquote. Miller also expressed support for the same immigration policies that Hitler backed.
By 14, Miller was a cultural warrior with a love for Star Trek. A friend and fellow Trekkie said Miller called him to break off their friendship. "I can't be your friend anymore because you are Latino," he said. Miller continued his war against minorities throughout high school. He wrote columns attacking Hispanic students for not speaking English.
Am I the only one who is sick and tired of being told to pick up my trash? And we have plenty of janitors who are paid to do it for us.
This answer from Charlotte Jones is sure to make him eat another jar of mayo to calm himself. But let's also fact-check Charlotte Jones for a minute, shall we? Saying the Dallas Cowboys are not political is false. He has used his wealth, with the listing being Dallas Cowboys, to make political donations to, say, Rick Perry, Greg Abbott, George Allen, Kay Bailey Hutchison, John Boozman, Margaret Whitman, Mitt Romney, Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, Asa Hutchinson, Lance Gooden, Pete Sessions, Jobs, Freedom and Security PAC. I mean, there's a ton. We're just naming a few here. Let's also not forget that Jones donated to Republican President of the United States Donald Trump's inaugural committee when he won the 2024 election. Then there is also this.
My Dallas Cowboys, for example, played the Redskins. I am totally convinced that every referee in those games is a Redskins fan, but none would admit to it. I think that in something as simple as that, even though we have strong views about who should win, something as simple as that, we'd want to feel that the referees, and judges are to a large extent referees, are fair and impartial, even when we don't agree with the calls.
Well, the relationship between Jerry Jones and Clarence Thomas, the Supreme Court Justice, has flown on Jerry Jones's private jets. He went on to attend training camp, would sit in Jones's box, and even received a Super Bowl ring from Jera.
So we don't need to touch politics. We don't need to touch politicians. We need to be the respite getting away from all of that.
Jones saying his players must stand for the Star-Spangled Banner and will not be allowed to stay in the locker room.
Our policy is that you stand at the anthem, toe on the line.
President Trump praising Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones after he became the first owner to come out against part of the NFL's controversial new national anthem policy.
We haven't even mentioned the amount of connections that he has from figures outside of Donald Trump, the Trump administration, Clarence Thomas. I mean, the list and the well runs so incredibly deep, including the governor of his own state, but I digress. On the Bad Bunny front.
The last thing I want to talk to you about is because I'm about ready to do my commentary on it, but do you think Bad Bunny is a good choice for the Super Bowl?
I'm not that knowledgeable about him, but it seems fine, and I don't know why it's a big deal. Seems like a great American artist, so sure.
He's not an American artist, but
he's Puerto Rican. That's part of America, dear.
It's morons like this who will be in their feels via the Dallas Morning News. Weeks before the NFL's announcement, Bad Bunny, born Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, told ID Magazine he opted not to bring his popular Debí Tirar Más Fotos tour to the United States out of concern that his Latino fan base would be targeted by immigration and customs enforcement. Under Trump's administration, ICE has ratcheted up efforts to detain and deport undocumented immigrants. It's quite obvious that the NFL is trying to move past this as much as they possibly can, all right? Because not only did Charlotte Jones say this.
When you guys chose Bad Bunny for the Super Bowl, there was some blowback from that. I wonder what you make of that situation and what went into the decision to choose Bad Bunny as your Super Bowl halftime performer.
He's one of the leading and most popular entertainers in the world. That's what we try to achieve. It's an important stage for us. It's an important element to the entertainment value. It's carefully thought through. I would say that I'm not sure we've ever selected an artist where we didn't have some blowback or criticism. It's pretty hard to do when you have literally hundreds of millions of people that are watching. But we're confident it's going to be a great show, and that he understands the platform that he's on, and I think it's going to be exciting and a united moment.
To be clear, there is no entertaining of any shift whatsoever, correct?
Pardon me?
You're not entertaining any change in Bad Bunny's booking for the halftime show, correct?
No, the show will evolve from here. So I'm not saying that there won't be additional talent that might be available, but that's always the way it works.
But the commissioner said the same. It's Bad Bunny's show. There will not be a change. What will be very funny is that there are going to be MAGA folks in the comments who come across this video or who come across the original video. And they are going to get pissed, I promise you. They already are pissed, but they're going to get even more pissed. And I think what they, if they had more than 3 brain cells, would understand that the NFL is trying to grow globally. This is an opportunity. The NFL will always take said opportunity to grow their, follow me, bottom line. So if you have the NFL, this has already been done. You have the NFL putting on games in London, Berlin, Madrid. I mean, guys, come on. And then you get the most popular artist right now. And that's not hyperbole. Right now. I really don't know what to tell you at this point. I just don't. It's because you're an idiot or you are full of bigotry.